If I look at an area like biology, and I wrote this essay, Machines of Loving Grace, it seems to me that humans are struggling to understand the complexity of biology, right? If you go to Stanford or to Harvard or to Berkeley, you have whole departments of, folks trying to study, like the immune system or metabolic pathways. And each person understands only a tiny bit part of it, specializes, and they're struggling to combine their knowledge with that of other humans. And so I have an instinct that there's a lot of room at the top for AIs to get smarter. If I think of something like materials in the physical world, or like addressing conflicts between humans or something like that, I mean, it may be there's only some of these problems are not intractable but much harder, and it may be that there's only so well you can do at some of these things, right? Just like with speech recognition, there's only so clear I can hear your speech. So I think in some areas there may be ceilings in that are very close to what humans have done. In other areas, those ceilings may be very far away. And I think we'll only find out when we build these systems. It's very hard to know in advance. We can speculate, but we can't be sure.
And in some domains, the ceiling might have to do with human bureaucracies and things like this, as you write about.
Yes.
So humans fundamentally have to be part of the loop. That's the cause of the ceiling, not maybe the limits of the intelligence.
Yeah, I think in many cases, in theory, technology could change very fast. For example, all the things that we might invent with respect to biology. But remember, there's a clinical trial system that we have to go through to actually administer these things to humans. I think that's a mixture of things that are unnecessary and bureaucratic and things that kind of protect the integrity of society. And the whole challenge is that it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell what's going on. It's hard to tell which is which, right? My view is definitely, I think, in terms of drug development, my view is that we're too slow and we're too conservative. But certainly, if you get these things wrong, it's possible to risk people's lives by being too reckless. And so at least some of these human institutions are in fact protecting people. So it's all about finding the balance. I strongly suspect that balance is kind of more on the side of pushing to make things happen faster, but there is a balance.
If we do hit a limit, if we do hit a slowdown in the scaling laws, what do you think would be the reason? Is it compute limited, data limited? Is it something else? Idea limited?